Ahoy there, the mateys! I am Crystal Kitsune, and it is time for another game video of Puzzle Pirates. Yarr! I am dressed up in the proper attire for playing said game. I have my tricorn hat and my pirate gold and my pirate top and everything, and we are going to go and play Puzzle Pirates, as I told you just a few minutes ago. So we are going to get on to Ivani, which is my main pirate, and I've been playing mostly all night tonight. So we'll do something. I think one of the cool things that I can show you is in this particular game you have jobs. I think I mentioned that before. If you go to, I have a job with Rock Hard, and that is a ironmonger, which shows all the different, which does weapons and cannonballs for when you go pillaging. And I'm going to show you this particular, I think I might have showed you this before, I'm not sure, but you start out with a white hot iron, excuse me, sorry about that, red hot, I said white hot, but red hot iron, sword, and you basically have to tamper it with your hammer. So it's kind of like set out like, I think I did mention this before, but it's set up like a chessboard. So you just have to go through and get rid of all the white hot pieces first, and then get rid of the gray ones, which will turn into silver. And if you can get all the silver ones off your sword, that's like a perfect game. So first, when you get rid of the white hot parts, or the red hot parts, then it will say that it's fancy hammering or something like that. It's kind of like a chessboard, where pawns have, I mean, the 1 through 4 are kind of like pawn moves, even though pawns only can move up to 2 pieces, or 2 to start with, and then only 1 after. But then there's like a rook, and then there's this seahorse, which does kind of like how the knight does. It moves up 2 and then over 1 in any direction. Still not sure how the other ones do, but the 4 does like 4 spots ahead, and 2 will go up 2 spaces. So basically you'll want to clear all the red hot spots off first, and then the gray ones, and then the silver ones. In a perfect world. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. You have to kind of think ahead of time, I think, because if you don't, then you get yourself into a corner, kind of, where you end up not having any moves left over, so you end up with like a club. They call it a club. I was like, oh well, I guess we can use that one for a club, because it's a piece of crap. Because the more that you hammer it, then the more silver it becomes, and the shinier it is, then the more money that you get, because you usually get money for doing that. If there's order for cannonballs or whatever, it will show that there's an order there, and you fill it by doing work at the shop, and then you get money for it. So, and let's take a look at the ye old notice board. I showed you these before, I think. News just shows you general news about what's going on that particular month. Puzzles, you can click on and you can pick your puzzle. I showed you those all before. Missions just show you, basically the same things as puzzles. It just shows you this is what you can do. You can navigate with the Navy. Of course, I'm an officer in my crew, so I can navigate. I can navigate and battle navigate, which are two different things. I can show you what battle navigation is, I guess, but I'm really bad at it. So it'll probably be a sucky mission. But when you go to voyages, you see here, I'm sure I show you all this too, the only things that are available are a pillaging one and a foraging one. And I showed you pillaging last time, so I'm going to see if I can battle navigate. Let's see if I actually pick that up. Can I actually... Now, there's this navigation, which isn't really important. At least I don't think. I haven't found any use for it. This is a regular navigation, which kind of looks like a, not a compass, but like the ones that they use to like measure stars and stuff like that to try and find their way home. It's kind of like that. And you have stars here, and you have to move the stars around and match them. And it's like three, things. You'll see there's like 3 rings here, and and they're coming in at all like intervals, like here and here. Well, you can't see my thing. It gives you a tutorial, so you want to fill in these 2 particular, see, like that, and you have to using the arrow keys up and down will change the ring. You need that kind of star. See, I don't do well with this one. But I don't know if I can do battle navigation on this one, so I can't actually show it to you. I showed you bilging, but I don't know if I showed you rigging. Can't do cannons. Oh, there's another one that is called patching, which uses the, well, I can show you carpet. Where's the thing that shows you carpet? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll just go to, oh, I can't. Oh, I guess I can't. I have to actually go off this ship because I'm doing navigation on that one. Okay, so there's, okay, carpentry, I can't do it because I don't have the right mouse, but what it does is that it uses the mouse wheel to switch, like, rotate the piece, and then you use the left click or the right click to turn the orientation, like left or horizontal or whatever. So there's that. But I want to show you patching, which is a relatively new thing. And if you notice that my name is now red instead of yellow, or pink, light pink. It's light pink. It's essentially red, but it's actually light pink. But it's because greeters take on a red tinge to their name or a pink tinge to their name, meaning that they're greeters. So anybody who's a new person that comes in has a green name, and they call them greenies, which means that they're new to the game, they haven't ever played it before. Even like on an alt won't be a greenie, I don't think. But people who are new to the game, who've never played the game before, will go on greeter pillages, and people actually have to set that up. Regular people will set that up. There's a guy that I have been playing in the greeter pillages with on his ships and his thing, and he set it up to where it's a greeter pillage. Okay, so with this thing here, you see it's like a spool thread, and you have these like tears. You can click on them to move the direction, but you click on them and drag them over, and this is where the end goes into. So you want one like that, and then you click on that, and it sews it up. And then as you get on further into the puzzles, it will actually make it harder to where it uses like eyelets and things, which make it a whole lot more difficult. So this is just the beginning. So I'm gonna and later on they'll give you like this thing that shows that you have there's like a bar on the bottom, and it will show you this is how much time you have before like there's a gust of wind. And if there's a gust of wind that happens when you're doing this and you don't get to the tear in time, then it will say, oh well, you didn't get there in time, so now we're gonna rip out all that you did and be a douche like that. I don't have another long piece. Dang it. I'm really sucking at this right now. I don't normally do this version. I don't really carpent either. I don't carpent very well. But carpent is kind of like, you get like kind of like Tetris looking pieces, and you have to fit into holes, and there's 4 sets of holes on this like, looks like a side of a ship, and you have to fit in pieces with your hammer, and you have to twist them around so they fit. And you can't neglect one hole for too long, otherwise it will like basically tear out the hole that you just made, and you have to start all over again. And the faster you work and more efficient you are, the faster that like the thing up in the right corner will move, and that gives you faster or bigger stats. Is, you know, go up from beginner to incredible, and or go from slow to incredible, and then you end up with a really high score, so you end up with better stats. And the better stats that you have, then the more different things you can go into, because you're like a good sailor or a good patcher or whatever. So your stats will help you out in different things. There's different things that you can do that usually require good stats in order to do, because like a lot of them will include like sword fighting or something, or something on that order where you have to see, now the bar at the bottom is showing up. There's sea monster hunts, which there's different kinds of hunts, and there's some that include or require you to battle navigate basically, but not, you have to do the battle navigation board with moves and stuff, but I don't think you actually have to battle anything. So that's the one difference. But normally when I do a pillage, or anything that involves stuff like this, I usually end up just doing simple stuff, like the bilging or the rigging. I've gotten a lot better at bilging, because it's like a puzzle. I mean, everything's a puzzle, essentially, but, I mean, you have to, this is not going to work right. Okay, let's put that there, and that there. This one here, there. So once we get to our location, because doing stuff with the Navy helps improve your stats, and when you get your stats improved, then you can try it with an actual pillage. So, and the longer that you work with the Navy, the more stuff that you get for it. Like, you'll actually get clothes and stuff. So the more that you do work on the Navy, then the higher your rank there at the Navy is. Even though that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, you can say, oh, I'm like a captain in the Navy or whatever like that. Or, not a captain, but like, this is my rank in the Navy. But it doesn't really mean beans. It just usually means that, oh, this is how long that I've played and done this at the Navy. But just recently, I got a coat from the Navy. And a tricorn hat. That's what I'm wearing on my pirate, is the hat that I got from the Navy. So I just basically bought the dress and the dress and the boots, the hat and the coat I had already. So I didn't have to buy that part. But clothing can be really expensive in this game. I'll show you in a moment what I mean. Depending on what color you want to, because, I mean, if you get like a cheapy color, like something that's not hard to get, I guess, or make, then the price will be cheaper. And I'll go through like all the different places that you can, like, go into the places and show you the different stuff that you can get. Any of these. Now, if you have a ship of your own, you'll need supplies. And then you'll have to buy supplies. Okay, now we're getting into using these things, which I hate. Because it's like you have to use them. Dang it. There. Phew, almost didn't make that one. So you have to tie off loose ends with. But it's a good thing you can actually move the pieces that you don't want in the way, because otherwise you'd be all like. Okay, so that's the end of that. I mean, not the episode, but the end of that particular. That's patching. Like I said, I will have to set up something for doing rigging, because I need to actually get like an external mouse, because I don't have mouse wheel on this. It's a laptop, so I don't have a mouse wheel. Okay, so we are on Sakajima Island. Now, it's a small island, but I think it's got everything. I mean, it's got everything listed here. So, notice board, we've seen the notice board. The dock just shows you ships that are, like, if you own a ship, or your crew owns a ship, like if you're in a crew, it shows, these are all the ships that you show, that belong to other members of your crew, and there's a bunch of them in this particular port. But there's also free ferries that you can take to other islands. There's more than, one island that we showed on the map, and if you need to go to a particular island, you could take a ferry to it, or take a whisking potion, which will take you to any place on the map, like outside your archipelago. So, like, if I was here on Sakajima, this is my archipelago here, is this right in here. All these islands right here. But if I wanted to go way out here, excuse me, there's an island here somewhere. Yeah, there's Marmara Odonata, Odonata, or whatever. And there was another one that was like, yeah, there's Viper's Drop, Ebony Serpent, and there's some other ones in the middle here. Yeah, Hadrian Island, Oasis Island. There's probably way more that I don't know of because I haven't been there before, or anything like that. So these are all islands that I have been to. So there's that. So that's how you get to other islands, is using a whisking potion. So now we're going to go back to the island. Now, banks will give you changing doubloons into changing Po into doubloons, which you just put in how many you want, and this is how much they cost. I think I showed you that before. Inns is a place to, like, go in and play games, like the parlor games and stuff, but you can access those from the notice board. Tailors, these ones here are vendors that are the ones in yellow are usually vendors of other players. And this one here is like the actual shop of the island. And if you click on that, you can, not all places look like this, but you can order products, or you can browse the rack, or you can get portraits, apparently in this particular shop. But if you browse the rack, they sell stuff, and you can click on them and get hats, tops. Usually when you first start, you start out with rags, so you get like a rag shirt and a rag pants or whatever, or a rag skirt or something, I think, if you're a girl. But you play, the more you play, the more money that you get. So if you don't want to pay Po and doubloons on top of that to order something specific to your specifications, you can go here and buy something that's already pre-made, which is essentially a little bit cheaper, because then you don't have to pay out the Po for it, or the doubloons for it, sorry. So yeah, there's a bunch of different shops all around. All different shops have different things. But if you wanted to order a product, you would come here, and you're a female or a male, whatever. You pick which hat you want, or which shirt you want, or legs, or feet, and you click on what you want, and then it costs doubloons to pick up. So the little gold one there that says 3, it's 6 or 7.67 for lime and pink, or lime and magenta, if those are the colors that you wanted. But you have to pay 3 doubloons. I keep getting those confused. 3 doubloons, which are what you have to convert to get it. So essentially, it's costing you like 9,000 plus 7.67 to buy it. Where if you went to browse the rack and you wanted a hat that was like that, which they have here, it's a little bit I mean, it depends on what colors you want, and it's a little bit cheaper at some places. Some places are more expensive because of the colors that they use. Like this one here is like over almost $12,000 because, or 12,000 po, because you have to, or it's Atlantean and light blue. And Atlantean, I think, is a pretty rare color. Like what I'm wearing on my pirate right here is Atlantean and blue, regular blue. The gown is Atlantean with blue. The coat is blue with a blue blouse. The tricorn is blue with blue. The shoes are blue with Atlantean. Atlantean is a special paint that you get if you do, I think if you do like the Atlantean runs, which you have to get a special map and stuff for. So that makes it a little bit more expensive. So now we're going to go over to, we went to the Ironmonger's Shipyards, has a puzzle in it to where you'd make ships and stuff. I'll do that in another episode. Distilleries. You can buy booze here, but there's no. Well, there actually is a distillery. I'll show you that game too. There's a game for weaving. There's a game for apothecary. Not one for furnishers, I don't think. So in the next episode, I'll take you to the shipyard, the distillery, the weavery, and the apothecary, and show you those 3 puzzles. 4 puzzles. I can't count. 1, 2, yeah, 4, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, there's 3 puzzles there. Well, if you count the shipyard. So 4 puzzles. I'll show you in the next episode. I'll show you the 4 puzzles that include these 4 things, and then you can choose which one is better for you if you play the game. So again, if you're interested in playing the game, it's free to play. You just go to www.puzzlepirates.com, and you can either play in the browser, which won't make you download anything. I don't think. I haven't played the browser version. But if you want an external version like I have that sits on your desktop, then you have to download it. But it doesn't take that long. Every once in a while they'll do an update or whatever to where it comes up and says, we're doing an update. But other than that, there's like really nothing that, takes too much time. And it has a bunch of different things in it. Aside from worker puzzles, there's, doing island jobs. There's pillies. There's sea monster hunts. There's, if you can find them, you can forage with the crew if you have a work pass and everything. So it's really fun. It's free to play. So, if you like puzzles and you like pirates, then why not play the game? If you see me or want to see me, I am on the Meridian Ocean. There's different oceans for this game. Meridian is one of the free ones. There are some subscriber oceans that I guess give you more perks if you subscribe to the ocean. I don't know. I never subscribed to Puzzle Pirates and do the subscriber oceans myself because I've always been on this particular ocean. But I'm on the Meridian. I said like Viridian last time, but it's the Meridian Ocean. If you want to see, play with me or whatever like that, and drop me a friend request. I'm Ivani. It's YVONNIE. I'm not sure how you can request to be my hearty unless I'm like right there in like your vicinity. But if you see me, I'm all over the place on the game. So if you happen to see me with the pink name and you've seen me play this game, then drop me a request to be my hearty, and I could hire you to job for my crew, and we could pillage together or something. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I think we pillaged, and well, we didn't actually pillage, but we did enough damage. And if you like the pirate attire to get you into the mood to play Puzzle Pirates, I will keep donning this so it gives you like, something fun to look at while I'm playing the game. So don't forget to subscribe. I try to do videos every day, if not every other day. And if you subscribe, you can see when I do a video, so you can jump right on it and watch it. Be sure to like this video, share it with a friend. That will help me out a lot. Also, leave comments below if you want me to do something in the game. If you played the game yourself and you want to see me do something, or have a question about the game or anything like that, drop a comment below. And always, follow me on Twitter. I have a Twitter account. I also have Instagram. You can follow the links, or get the links to those below. Follow me on Twitter because you can also see things that I post on there. Same thing with Instagram. I post things on there every so often. So be sure to do that. And now I'm going to leave, and hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see everybody next time. Bye bye.